Hello, welcome to yoga class today. For today's class, we're going to focus on the head and the heart. So just moving through some postures in this sequence to find some clarity, really just focus on what's happening in our body as we move and noticing the sensations in our body and how that connects with how we're feeling at our heart center. So to start this class today, just find a comfortable seated position. You can rest your hands on your thighs. Think about reaching the crown of your head up towards the sky. Close your eyes, bring your gaze inward. And simply notice how you're breathing. Maybe starting to expand the breath if there's space to lengthen. Inhaling deeply with each inhalation, breathing in all the way to the top of the breath. And then exhale, big sigh of relief. As you allow yourself this time to breathe in stillness. Take a moment to notice any feelings you're currently having at your heart center. Any thoughts that may be floating around in your mind. Inhale, take these all in. Exhale, let go, release. Another full round of breath here. And then lift your hands to your heart center. So take one hand to your heart, the other hand on top. Now as you continue to connect with your breath, feel the chest rise as you inhale. And feel the chest soften as you exhale. Taking a moment of gratitude to yourself for offering yourself time to practice, to get into your body, to ease the mind and fulfill your heart. On the next exhale, lower the hands outside of the hips. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up, open the eyes, come into the space. Now as you exhale, lower one hand down. Inhale, opposite fingers reach up. Exhale, lean over towards your grounded hand. On your next inhale, both arms come up, fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, opposite hand lowers down. Inhale, reach the top fingers up, and exhale, lean over to your grounded hand. Nice stretch for the side body. Inhale, use your energy to bring the arms up. And then as you exhale, let the hands float down. Take an inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, lower your chin towards your chest. Now pause here. Give yourself time to feel a deep stretch at the back of the neck. You might even feel the stretch going into the shoulders and the upper back. You might decide to stay here if this feels good to you, or you might take half circles. As you inhale, bringing your right ear above your right shoulder. Exhale, taking chin to chest, and then taking the left ear above the left shoulder. If you're taking the half circles, inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Now, if you notice that one side feels tighter than the other, you're welcome to pause there, take a longer hold. And when you're ready, you can move on the other side. We'll start to even out the sides, finding our way back to center. As we find our way to center, we'll lift the chin, gaze forward, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky. From here, we'll reach the hands forward. So we're connecting the hands to the mat. We're coming into a neutral tabletop position. Now, as we set ourselves up, we want the wrist in line with the shoulders. We want the knees in line with the hips. Now, you can look between your knees, and if you can see your feet, just open them out until you can't see them anymore, keeping the ankles in line with the knees. As you inhale, let the belly lower towards the mat, extension for the spine. As you exhale, lift your back for flexion. Now, as you continue to move through extension and flexion of the spine, keep the arms straight. You can continue to move in this way, or you can allow yourself freedom in your movement. So maybe you take some torso circles. Just allow yourself some time of intuitive movement, leading with your heart. Just turning the mind off, feeling what your body wants, what it needs. The movement might be bigger. You might circle the hips around. This will be really nice to warm up the hips. And then maybe circling around opposite direction. Back to a neutral tabletop, bringing the head and the heart in line with each other. From here, looking at your hands, walk your hands one hand placement forward. Give yourself a little more space. Keeping the arms straight as you inhale, press the hips forward towards the mat. And as you exhale, lift the hips, take them back to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, lift the hips, send them forward. Exhale, lift the hips, take them back. Feel a nice stretch going up the arms into the shoulders. And we'll take this one more time. Now, as you come back into child's pose, we'll pause here, take a longer hold. Think about sending your hips down to your heels. The foundation are your shins and the tops of your feet. Arms reaching forward, fingertips towards the top of the mat. Forehead resting on the mat. Maybe you rock the forehead from side to side. This is a really nice way to let yourself release some excessive thoughts you might be holding. Just letting this rocking of the forehead from side to side be an intention of letting that go. As you inhale, you might feel your belly pressing to your thighs. Exhale, soften. Inhale, find expansion. And then on your next inhale, lift the head, pick it up, walk the hands towards the body. You can keep the legs as they are. If the knees are separate, you can bring them together if you prefer. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, you can always bring your legs in front, so you decide what's working for you. Now, however you decide to position your legs, it's all good. Just feel grounded from the hips down. Bring the arms forward, connect palms, interlace the fingers. As you inhale, lift the arms up, position the ears between the biceps. Exhale, release the hands, bring them behind you, reconnect, press palms together, straighten the arms. Inhale, lift the fist, open the heart, shine it forward. Exhale, lower the hands down, take it back to the front. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, release, take it behind. Inhale, open your beautiful heart, send out love and compassion. Exhale, release. Take it to the front. Inhale, arms rise up above the head. Exhale, take it behind, rounding out this last round, opening that beautiful heart. Exhale, release. We'll start to shake out the shoulders, releasing any tension. And then from here, reach the hands forward. Come back into that tabletop. If your knees came together, separate the knees back to hip distance. Toes are curled. From here, send the left leg out so the left foot is in line with the right knee. Then you'll walk your hands forward. Now you can uncurl the toes and press the top of the foot to the mat. That's going to feel a little more stable. Now with your left leg out to the left, take your left hand down to your left thigh. Inhale, reach the right fingers up, and then exhale, lean over to the left. Coming back into the side body, just like we did at the start of our practice. Staying there for another round of breath. I'm just going to rotate my body so you can see from this angle. Now on the next inhale, reach the top fingers up. Exhale, take the hand down to the mat or to a block. Position your hand in line with your knee and your foot. Reach opposite hand up. Now, option to stay grounded, or you can lift your leg. Now, if this feels okay, you might bend your knee, connect your hand to your foot, and press your hips forward. Feel a nice quad stretch. Find your breath. If you've made the connection, go ahead and release. Re-extend the limbs. Drop the foot down. Use your energy to lift the arms up. And then exhale, take the hands down. Now we're going to do that on the other side. So we'll bend the knee. Both knees are on the mat. You want to position your knees in line with your hips. So find the bony bits at the front of the hips. That's where you want your knees to be, not wider. Now from here, coming into the other side, opposite leg straightens, look down. Remember, we want to have the foot in line with the knee. Then we'll take the hand of the same side, extended leg to rest. Inhale, reach opposite fingers up, and then exhale, fold, coming back into that side body stretch. On the next inhale, arms are going to rise up. Now take it opposite direction. So we're taking the hand down in line with the knee and the foot, and then we lift opposite fingers up. Option to stay here with the foot down for more stability. Option to float the leg. Option to bend the knee, connecting hand to foot. And then pressing the hips forward, deepening the stretch at the quad, the psoas. It's a really great option if you spend a lot of time sitting in a chair. I think we all do in our culture. And then from here, if you made the connection of hand to foot, release, re-lengthen the limbs, send the foot down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, take the hands down. And then from here, we'll bring the knee down. Remember, we want to take the knees underneath the hips. We're going to stay like this. I'm just going to change the positioning of my body again. So with your knees down, if you feel any discomfort at all, know that you can roll up your yoga mat to bring it under the knees to make more cushion, or maybe you take a blanket or a knee pad underneath the knees. The tops of your feet can stay down to the mat for more stability, or you can curl your toes to give a little more height to the heels. So we're going to come into Camel Pose, taking a big heart opener. To come in, you might float one arm up and then take the hand to connect to the same side heel, and then take that on the other side. Now, if your hands are connected to your heels, you're going to push your hips and your thighs forward, opening your heart, shining it forward, gazing up, holding here. Now, if that is way too intense for your back, don't worry, we've got some other options. You can take your hands to your glutes as if you're putting your hands in your jeans pockets. Then think about bringing your elbows towards each other. Feel the heart open, and then just press palms to the glutes. Send the hips forward, gaze up. You can also take your hands to reverse namaskar, prayer position behind the low back. Feel the shoulders opening if you're taking this option. And then slowly start to come out. Now we're going to take a counter stretch for that back bending. So we'll bring the knees together, feet together, send the hips down to the heels. Keep your arms by your sides, and as you exhale, lower your forehead down to the mat. Now, if your forehead doesn't reach the mat, don't worry. You can position a block, a pillow, or a folded up blanket for support. With your arms by your sides, you're able to just let the shoulders relax. Now we're finding flexion in the back. This variation of child's pose with the legs together is a nice opportunity to release the low back, to counter stretch from that back bending, and to come back to stillness. Feeling the third eye pressing down to the mat. Just giving yourself time to just let the thoughts go. We're not here in our practice to think. We're here to feel, to move, to shift energy, and to have an experience. Now preparing to come out. On the next inhale, we'll slowly start to lift the head up all the way until the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. From here, we'll take our feet out to one side, coming onto our seat. Now, as we come onto our seat, we want to bring our feet to the top of the mat. The legs are going to be straight. We can pull the flesh back from each glute. And as we see the legs straight, we're going to take the hands behind the glutes. Now, you'll lean back. So I prefer to have my fingertips towards my glutes. Some people like to have the fingertips away. We're going to take this a few times so you'll have an opportunity to see what you like best. So start with your fingers wherever you'd like them to be facing. Think about wrist under the shoulders. Now we're going to take a reverse plank. So as you inhale, you're going to dig your heels to the mat, lift your hips, press them up, and gaze up. Now feel the strength building in the shoulders. Heart is open. Our thought is simply in what we're feeling. On the next exhale, we're going to slowly lower the hips down. Take a full round of breath here. Now, this is where you might try rotating your fingers to the other direction if you want another option. You don't have to. If it felt good to you the first way, you can stay there. When you're ready on your next inhale, dig the heels to the mat, lift the hips, reverse plank. So we're at a diagonal from our shoulders to our ankles. Feel into the upper arms, opportunity to strengthen. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower the hips down. Now, if you've tried both options with the fingertips, you probably know which one you like the best now. And then you can come back to that. Give yourself a full round of breath before we come into the last round. And then inhale, lift the hips. Breathe and hold for another round of breath. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Walk the hands to the outside of the hips. Offer yourself a full round of breath here. Know that we're going to come into a deeper heart opener now. So I'm going to suggest using props. I'm going to demonstrate with the blocks. If you don't have blocks, don't worry. You can use a rolled up blanket, maybe a pillow, a foam roller if you have that. So for this deep heart opener, I'm going to show you two different options. First, I'll demonstrate the most intense option. If that feels like too much, then I'll demonstrate a more gentle option. So we've got two blocks. One of them we're going to use to the mid-height, and we want to position the spine of the block underneath our spine from the mid to upper back. So I like to come into this by holding onto the block. As I lower down, I don't want to feel the block on my low back, and I don't want to feel it on my neck. So check for that. You might even be able to align the corners of the block underneath your shoulder blades. This is a really nice option if you hold a lot of stress and tension in that area. Now, if it hurts to send your head back, you can use the second block to support the head. So I'm demonstrating with the block for my head at the lowest height. If you've got neck issues, you might take it to the mid-height or the highest height. Now, as you come into this position, arms can stay by your sides, or you can open the arms out. So not taking the arms further than wrist, going higher up than the shoulders. As you take this option, if you're taking this option to open the arms out, then you'll feel a shoulder stretch, chest opening, big, big heart opener. An opportunity to cultivate love and compassion. Now, if you're using the blocks and this feels too intense, I'm going to demonstrate the more gentle option. If this feels really good in your body, just stay here. For the more gentle option, you'll want to bring your arms by your sides. Press forearms to the mat. Lift your head to come out. Take your time. There's no rush. Take care of your body. Now, once you come off the blocks to set up for the more gentle version, you're going to take both blocks together. The short ends are going to meet. You'll position them on your mat so that the long edges are towards you. Now, you want to position your shoulder blades on top of the blocks. So as you come back, just lean back. Once you feel your upper back on the blocks, then the head comes back. So still heart opening, but now a more gentle approach. So because I practice yoga a lot, I can't feel very much at all in that gentle option. I'm going to take it back to the more intense option. You stay where is working for your body the best. Know that we're going to take a few more rounds of breath in whatever option you chose. And in this time, I want you to think about really letting go with each exhale. Allowing each exhale to let you soften onto the props. Letting each exhalation be a moment for you to surrender to the practice, to the pose, to the intention of opening your heart. Last round of breath. Your next inhale, gently lift your head. Take the block that's under your head out of the way. Then lift your shoulders. Press forearms and palms down to the mat. Continue to lift enough to remove the block from under your back. Take it to the side, somewhere close by that you can reach onto it. We're going to come back to the block. But for now, just lower your entire body down as if you're coming into Shavasana, but we're not quite there yet. We're going to take another option. But just giving ourselves a few rounds of breath in this neutral spine, allowing our bodies to be heavy. Noticing any different sensation in the back space. Noticing any freedom we might have created, any opening, any shift. And this time we notice how much we can actually shift simply with our movement and this time that we offer ourselves. Now from here, we're just going to bend one knee at a time so that you're bringing the soles of your feet to the mat. And you want to align your heels with your glutes. Bringing your arms to your sides, we're going to open the front of the body. And we'll start off by pressing our feet to the mat, lifting the hips so that we can slide the block underneath the sacrum. So you don't want the block at the low back, but more towards the glutes. Now you can lower your arms down and just come into this supported bridge. If you want a deeper stretch, you can lengthen the legs so that you're bringing the heels down to the mat. Now, as we open up the front of the hips, we're taking a nice stretch for the psoas muscle. This is a really important muscle. It connects the femur bones, the biggest bones in our body, to the low back. So again, if you spend a lot of time sitting, this is a really great option to counter stretch. And the psoas muscle is known as the muscle of the soul. Research says it's where we hold the emotion of fear. And fear is an emotion that we very much get wrapped up into our heads. Oftentimes we worry about things that haven't even happened. We worry about things that have already happened that we can't change. Well, fear doesn't really allow us to be in the present moment. Unless, of course, there's danger happening. We spend a lot of time with fear in our thoughts. And so this is a nice way to just kind of let some of that emotion ease out of the body. Let's take one more round of breath here. Exhale, big sigh of relief. Now, gently bending one knee at a time, feeling the soles of the feet connect to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, press them up, remove the block from underneath. And then from here, slowly lower down one bone at a time, reconnecting the spine to the mat all the way until you feel the tailbone. From here, you might take the feet wider and let the knees drop in towards each other. You might take the hands to the belly. Coming back to your breath connection. Another full round of breath. Heel toe the feet back towards each other. Lift the right foot. Take your palms to your right shin. Lengthen the left leg, bringing the left heel down. Now you might draw circles with the right big toe for ankle mobility, and then circle around opposite direction. From here, release the right arm, open it out to the right. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh and gently guide the right knee over to the left. Keep the right shoulder down. Spinal twist. Remember, right shoulder stays down. Left hand isn't pushing, it's just gently resting. On the next inhale, lift the right knee up, roll onto the back. Exhale, drop that right foot down. Inhale, lift the left leg, bend the left knee. Take both hands to the left shin, fingers interlace. Lengthen the right leg, heel to the mat. We'll start to draw circles with the left big toe, ankle mobility. And then circle around opposite direction. Bring the left foot to stillness. Release the left hand, open the left arm out to the left. And then slide the right hand over to the outside of the left thigh. Gently guide the knee over to the right. Spinal twist. Left shoulder stays down. Gazes to the left. Breathe. On the next inhale, release the hand. Lift the left knee up. Drop the left foot down. And then slide the left heel to the left corner of the mat. Make sure that there's space between the legs. Open the arms out to the sides, space at the armpits. Palms can be facing up as an intention of receiving. Or alternatively, the palms can rotate facing down if you feel you need grounding. From here, you might rock the toes towards each other and then away. And as you rock the feet, feel the movement going up the legs all the way up to the hips, just releasing any tension. And then bring the feet to stillness. Now coming into Shavasana. Our time of integration, stillness. An opportunity to practice presence. To be here now. Connecting with the feeling, the sensation at the heart center. And practicing letting any thoughts go just as easily as they arrive. And the eyes close. Gazes inward. And simply notice your breath. With each exhale, soften. And let the body be heavy, melting onto the mat. Letting everything go. Feeling so much gratitude for your beautiful heart, your sharp mind, and this body that allows you to move. Offering yourself time and care. And this time you might stay as you are, or you might decide to take your right hand to rest at your belly. Feeling the belly rise with each inhalation and soften with each exhalation. You might take your left hand to your heart center. Feeling all this love and compassion within yourself. Knowing that it's there for you to offer to others. In your own time, when you're ready, when it feels appropriate, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, inviting movement back into your physical body. Maybe you circle the wrist. Maybe you lift the legs and hug the knees in, keeping the tailbone pressing down to the mat. Maybe you gently rock from side to side, offering yourself a nice massage for the back space. And from here, you can take your hands under your knees. And you can start to rock up and down the spine a few times, finding some momentum to come onto your seat. If there's a different way that you'd like to come onto your seat, you can take that. And as you come onto your seat, just extend your legs forward. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, come into a forward fold. Now stretching the back of the body. Just letting the arms relax. With each exhale, folding deeper. Forward folds are a nice opportunity to invite relaxation in. The next inhale, slowly reach the crown of the head up. And finding your way back to your seat, positioning the legs however feels comfortable to you. And letting the palms rest on the thighs, reach the crown of the head up. And with your gaze inward and your eyes closed, feel your heart energy. Offer yourself a smile. Let the palms meet with the thumbs to the heart center. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Bow your forehead down to your fingertips. Take a moment of gratitude to yourself for serving your head, your heart, and your body through your practice today. I'm grateful to be here to offer this practice. Thank you for your presence. Namaste.